Last short lecture from chapter 2 in your textbook, we're going to talk about competence in social media. How do you do it well, in other words? So one of the things that is important to be aware of is what we call netiquette, right? So this is etiquette, but for online, right? And there's some key ideas that are worth keeping in mind whenever you are communicating online. The first thing is to respect other people's need for undivided attention. I know that one of the things that drives my wife crazy, for example, is when I'm on my phone and she's trying to talk to me. Because what I'm doing there, right, is I'm not providing her with my undivided attention. So when you're in class and your teacher's talking, right, he wants that undivided attention. When you're talking to your boyfriend or girlfriend, oftentimes they want that undivided attention, and they can't get it when you're online. We also want to keep our communication online civil. We all know that it's easy to get into a flame war on Twitter or on the internet, on discussion boards and so on. But we really want to keep things civil as we move forward, right? If someone's making you mad, better to just get up and walk away from it. Also, we want to make sure that we're not bothering other people, like this guy talking on the phone in the audience there in the picture. We don't want to bother other people with our communication. We also want to make sure that we're protecting ourselves online. We want to think before we post, particularly when we're posting personal information about ourselves. We find that up to 70% of recruiters report having rejected candidates for jobs based on the information that they found about them online. So we need to be careful about the things that we say on Facebook or on the internet, right, in general, in case that it might hurt us later with school applications or with jobs or other things. Because the first thing people are going to do when you apply for a job is to look you up online. Related to this is the whole idea of sexting, right? We see that 10% of kids between 14 and 24 report having sexted. That should be sexted, not texted. 15% have received sex from other people, and 8% report having gotten nudes from a third party. Now that's important because the third party, that means that you're getting sent naked pictures of someone else from someone that isn't them, right? So once these images get out there, or these texts get out there, right, they can continue circulating. So again, we have to be really careful about what we put online and the digital messages we send to one another. We also want to be careful about balancing our time. We want to be careful we're not spending too much time online or so much time online that it's hurting our face-to-face relationships. So your book gives you a whole bunch of indicators to consider if you're spending too much time online. Maybe you can't resist the temptation to get online. You need more and more time to be online, to be happy. You spend more time online than you plan to. You can't cut back on internet use all on your own. You're not getting things done at work, home, or school. Or you're reducing important social or recreational activities. If any of those things are occurring, you probably want to think about cutting it back a little bit. So just some key takeaways from the chapter. Social media are the forms of electronic communication through which users create online communities. That's the definition of social media. That'll probably be on the test and is worth paying attention to. Mediated communication is all the channels that connect people through some electronic medium rather than face-to-face interaction. Mediated communication is similar to face-to-face communication in that the goals are the same. But mediated communication is different because it's leaner, less synchronous, and more permanent. Okay, that's it for this lecture. Thanks for checking it out.